Hi guys, my name is Mai Anh. I'm a student in IELTS Fighter. Recently, I've taken the IELTS test and luckily I achieved a band score of an 8. So today I want to share with you guys my journey, how I conquered the IELTS test.
So hello Mai Anh, and welcome to our IELTS talk show today. So first I want to ask you, why did you decide to take the IELTS test? Was it because it is one of the requirements in order to get into your university?
Well, actually yes, because you know, many top-notch university nowadays in Vietnam base admission to their school on IELTS certificates. Therefore, I think having a good band score in the IELTS test could be a huge advantage for me.
Okay, so which university do you really want to get into?
Well, I haven't thought much of this yet, but my #1 goal right now would definitely be Foreign Trade University, Vietnam.
Okay. Yeah, I think you can do it.
Yeah, I hope so. I really hope so.
All right. So before we get deeper into your IELTS journey, I want to ask you about your English journey, because I think that just like through a few sentences that you spoke in English, I think that you're very good at it, and I think you must have started learning English at a very young age. So exactly when did you start learning English?
Well, I actually learned English when I was in primary school, and actually my dad was a good English learner.
Wow!
So I'd say I had a good foundation from him, and he actually took the IELTS test about like 10 years ago and achieved a 7 band score.
Impressive.
Yeah, I thought so too, and I'd say I could learn a lot from him.
Okay, so can I ask, what does your dad do for a living, and why does he need English in his job?
Yeah. Right now he's working for the government as a government officer, but he does not need to use much English nowadays. But in the past, it is one of the requirements that he should have a band score in the IELTS test. So he took it as one of the requirements.
Oh, okay. So how did your dad help you with your English?
Well, I must say he has a huge bookshelf with you know, up to, I'd say 100, not less than 100
books.
Yeah, 100 books just in IELTS.
Just in IELTS?
Yeah, English in general, but also IELTS.
Wow.
Most of them.
Okay.
Most of them. And he always expects me to like learn all of them, and you know, something that he said he will pass through generations.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, but obviously I could not do that. I only like read about 20 books of his, and
I mean, like 20 is still like a big number.
Yeah, so most of the course books. Yeah,
okay.
He used to learn in the British Council, so yeah, so he got many useful materials from that.
I think it's very lucky of you to have such a dad who is good at English, so that he can share with you all of the experience that he had with English.
Yeah.
So I think that everyone here is very curious, because you have a very beautiful accent in English. Like it's like an American accent, right?
Yeah.
So how did you train your English speaking skills so that you can be this confident when you speak in English? Because that is the thing that not so many people can do at a young age like you.
Yeah, okay, so to be honest, I was pretty shy when I started learning English in IELTS specifically, but eventually with my teacher's support and help, and I get more exposed to English on a daily basis, and I also watched a lot of different YouTube channels from academic English to, you know, daily conversations, and also some TV shows. It's, you know, a source of my interest. So it really helped to improve my accent and my speaking skills. Yeah.
So what are some of your favorite TV shows or YouTube channels?
Well, My regular visits would definitely be the Ellen Show, the late night show with James Corden or something like that. And I also watch a lot of beauty vlogs, from Vogue, for example.
Okay. So let's get back to your IELTS journey a little bit. So I know that you've already have a good foundation in English, but I think that you must have had some kind of difficulties, right? When you first tackled how to do the test. So what was your biggest difficulty?
Yeah, so I'd say my biggest difficulty was my writing skills, because I've always used to learn writing lengthy essays in Vietnam, which is totally different from that in English, and it took me a lot of time and effort to fix my mindset and the way I think and organize ideas in writing tasks, especially task 2 in writing IELTS writing, and it had it not been for my teacher's help, I could not have been able to write the way that I could right now.
Okay, so writing skills is one of the most difficult skill, especially for Vietnamese students, and I struggled a lot when I first learned how to do the IELTS test, and also how to do the IELTS writing part specifically. So can you give us some tips or maybe advices on how to do well in the IELTS writing part?
Okay, so I'll just go for my mistakes in the first place.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to think that, and many students out there might think this too, you have to use fancy words and academic words in IELTS task 2 specifically to help to gain a high score, band 8, band 7 in IELTS writing. But that's completely not true, because after practicing and also from my teacher's advice, I've learned that you do not need to use too much academic words in the IELTS writing test 2, but use topic-specific words and focus more on the structures. Keep it variable so that the examiner would not get bored when they read your essay.
What are some of the sources that you use to get better at writing?
I use some of the, I usually practice and learn, get access to those materials online. IELTS Simons is one of the most popular websites nowadays, but I also learn from IELTS List and Right to Top. And besides, I also learned from all the course book that IELTS Fighter gave me in the beginning of the course, and I must say it helped me a lot.
So through your story and through all of your sharing and your experience, I think that you self-studied a lot, right? During the time that you were preparing for the test, is that true?
Well, so the whole process took about 8 months, and I studied at the center for about 5 months. It got a little bit interrupted by the pandemic, but after that I tried to use fall to summer months to practice alone to prepare for the IELTS, and I took the test last August.
So I want to ask you, how could you be so self-disciplined? How could you be so strict to yourself? Because you have to got some kind of strong will in order to self-study.
I myself is also a very lazy. I'm also a lazy person, but I think that about 2 months before the test, I make it clearly what's my aim is, and what band score should I achieve. Because I think it's crucial to for you to gain your desirable band score in IELTS. Because when you know your aim band score is, then you could make out the least score you need in each skills in order to achieve that overall band score. So I'd say having a specific aim helps you to be more motivated and push you to work harder and study harder to achieve that aim.
Thank you for your advice. It's definitely very helpful and useful for those who are practicing all the skills in order to take the IELTS test. So, how did you know about IELTS Fighter in the first place?
When I started learning, as you know, I decided to learn IELTS. It was really perplexing because there were so many centers, and I didn't know what to choose from.
Yeah.
But so I did some research online, and I found out that IELTS Fighter was one of the highly recommended centers in Hanoi, especially for students like me, because the tuition fee is very reasonable, and the teachers are highly regarded as you know, with best teaching facilities and also skills. So I decided to sign up for 2 courses here.
It's really glad to hear your thoughts on IELTS Fighter. Now, I want to ask you, like, who were your IELTS instructors at the center?
Well, I took 2 classes. So in A class, my teacher was Mr. Kiet, and in B class, my teacher was Miss Quỳnh Anh. Both of them were, you know, dedicated teachers, and they definitely helped me to gain an insight into IELTS and helped me a lot to train my skills and improve myself during the learning process.
Okay, so can you pick out like one of the most valuable lessons or tips or maybe advice that you got from your teachers?
Well, it's definitely hard to think of just one. But there was a lesson of Miss Quỳnh Anh once that she asked us to ask all the students to debate about a topic. About advertising, if my memory serves me right. So advertising, and she divides the group, the class into 2 teams, for and against advertising, and we actually learned a lot about like lessons that day, because it was not just about writing, but we also learned how to, you know, compete against each other to generate more ideas and use that language and ideas in our writing more effectively.
Oh, okay, thank you. And do you have any memorable moments with your classmates or with your teachers or with even our consultants at the center? About
my teacher, I remember that at the end of my A class, we had a small, you know, a farewell party, and we just sat and ate chicken wings and shared with each other all the about their private lives, all the information, and our teacher definitely gave us a lot of useful advice relating to our future career and how to choose the perfect job in the future.
Wow, that's to end today's video. Can you give us some advice for those who are about to take the test, or for those who are still learning to take the IELTS?
Okay, so for those of you who are going to take the test real soon and also learning IELTS at the moment, I'd say you should not you know, take IELTS something too heavy, and you should make it a source of your interest. You know, besides all the academic work and study, you should make it a little bit fun and try to use English more regularly and make it a habit. For example, listen to music, watching films with subtitles, with English subtitles, and
try to immerse yourself in English.
Yeah, right? Immerse yourself more, expose yourself more with English, so that you could practice without you knowing it, and also be more perseverant and self-disciplined, so that you could achieve your desired band score in the IELTS test.
Okay. Wow. Wow. Thank you so much for your advice, and I'm sure that everyone is very inspired by your story and also by your experience. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you guys like this talk between me and Mai Anh, please give us a thumbs up, and share this video. Thank you guys so much, and we're gonna see you in the next video. Bye.
IELTS Fighter, tiên phong phổ cập IELTS cho người Việt.